next election comes May 7th with the city races, and one person who is on that ballot is businessman Gus Kahn, who's running for mayor of Lubbock. Thanks for coming in.
Brian, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
You know, you've been active in the local Republican Party for so many years now, but how different is it being a candidate and getting out there and doing the campaigning and everything that goes with that?
Right. Well, thanks for your question. It is indeed quite different because just the campaigning in general is an enlightening process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, I have been an elected precinct chair with the Lubbock County Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, I was also elected as the national delegate to the Republican National Convention 2020.
That had to be amazing.
Yes, it was. You know, I had to go vote for President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Republican National Convention, due to the COVID spike that year, President decided to do it virtually.
Yeah.
But still, we voted as national delegates. However, coming back to our mayoral campaign, yes, it is different. The outreach is more. You meet more people from all diversities, all kind of professions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a learning curve.
Is there a specific spark that led you to decide to make that run for mayor? Something not being done or could be done better, that kind of thing?
Right. See, my platform, and a lot of our Lubbockites know what I stand for. I stand for less government. I stand for a lower debt, more fiscal transparency.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing which stands out, like you asked me, is I want to be a voice for the voiceless unborn babies. I'm a pro-life guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I found it to be very ironic that in a city, a faith-based, scripture-based city of Lubbock, Texas, we have to fight to make it a sanctuary for the unborn. If it wasn't like Los Angeles or New York City, things would have been different.
Sure.
But here, again, it's very ironic. And I thought to myself, well, we will continue to fight to make it a sanctuary for the unborn. One of the leader of the city, the mayor, if he is pro-life, it'll automatically trickle down. So in order to be a voice for the voiceless unborn babies, as you know, took a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And decided to run. And in my platform, one of the key initiatives is, if I'm blessed enough to be the mayor of Lubbock, with the first year of administration, I want to remove Planned Parenthood from Lubbock.
Real quick before we go, a couple of questions about some of the issues that are going to be big for the council coming up here in the fall of the next council. One, of course, being a second try at the street improvement bond project. Should that be done, or what shouldn't be done there?
Okay, well, that's a very vital question. I'm glad you asked me. Now, we are, Lubbock, Texas, we are over $1.5 billion in debt. Amongst 9 peer cities, we rank number 2 in the certificates of obligation overall debt, which is like $500 million. And we are ahead of Plano, Texas, we are ahead of Amarillo, Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas. And we are number 2 in the per capita debt. Each citizen owes $4,400 and a little change towards this debt.
Mm-hmm.
So being one of the top cities under debt, first of all, we need to curtail the debt, minimize the debt. Yes, we need to have additional funding for our infrastructural projects. City bond, $175 million, $40 million was just for Broadway. It lacked transparency in the sense when the voter went to the polling booth, it was not broken down enough where they could understand that this is what it is for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the same time, there has to be a fine line where, along with issuing these bonds or borrowing money through these bonds, the debt is addressed as well. And bond in such a manner where the focus is, again, broken down,
mm-hmm.
which is understandable to the ordinary citizen. But at the same time, the council has to also explain that if we had to pass this additional funding, additional borrowing, it would take our debt to over $2 billion. So there's a very fine line. So there has been a lack of transparency in explaining that to our citizens.
Downtown development taking a different step forward with the big civic park and some businesses entering that area now.
Right.
You like where that's going and how that project's going? Should it remain more of a private development issue?
Well, my take on this is as long as it does not affect our citizens' pockets directly. If we have to increase taxes, if we have to increase a fee for registration permits or business permits, which a lot of things went, almost 50 to 100% as compared to last year, according to our new budget, which was passed, which went effective October 1st, 2021. If it does not affect their pockets, if there's no increase, I am for it. At the same time, if several of these projects in general, if they are privately funded, if there is a combination where, again, the citizens are not affected directly, then I would want to look into it.
Interesting. All right. Lubbock businessman Gus Kahn, he is on the ballot. I'm looking for your vote to be mayor of Lubbock. Thanks for coming in. Let's talk again soon.
Appreciate it.
And coming up, look at a few of the